Hello. Welcome to today's team meeting. It is January 11th, maybe 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. I think, yeah, January 11th. With COVID, I have never been right on my dates. I forget. It feels like a Wednesday, Saturday. Anyway, it's Monday. It's time for us to meet. I want to thank you all for being so supportive and giving me feedback on the videos. And if there's a topic you want to discuss, I'm always ready to listen. So if you have any suggestions, I'm here for it. Today I'm at an undisclosed location, also known as a backyard. So you'll see something at the top of the screen. Looks a little bit like a butterfly, and you would be right, because members of my household love butterflies. I am afraid of butterflies, but they're joining our meeting today. So a couple things I wanted to talk about before we get into today's topic, which is about timing. Timing. The first thing is I need some advice. I have a nephew who's 11, and he and I have been close all of his life. I love him. He taught me how to be a mom figure. He taught me how to love unconditionally. He's my guy. So now I am in a dilemma because his uncle now owns a pet pig, which maybe takes his uncle's status a little bit higher than my status in his heart, because who's not interesting? Who's not interested in seeing a pet pig? Do you know someone other than George Clooney who's ever owned a pig? Now, my nephew can say his uncle owns a pig. I don't own a pig. So I'm at a loss here. Here's what I'm thinking, and I tweeted it out. Give me your feedback. Maybe I should offer to do another TikTok dance with him, and that'll get me back in good standing, because I'm not going to buy a pig. I'm not going to have a pig as a pet. No disrespect to him. It's not going to happen. So what am I going to do? Like, What? Is that what we're doing? Another TikTok dance? I don't know if my bones can take it. All right. Second thing. Okay, update on the podcast. Oh my gosh, this comes into the topic of timing. My podcast is done, but it's with the editor. And so there's a piece of me that's very frustrated that it hasn't been done yet, and I haven't uploaded it. But the other piece of me is like, is there a reason and for the delay that I need to be taken advantage of? And what do I mean by that? I mean, is there something I need to be clearing up, some expectation I need to set, some piece that I need to have going into the release of my first official podcast that's only required if I give it the time that's required to, if I let the time pass as it is, because things are beyond my control. It's not that I'm procrastinating and that's why it's not done. There are things behind the scenes that have just delayed it. The same with my Etsy store. I want to release these quote cards so bad. And I've been working on it for months. But even the printer, they had a COVID scare. They had to close down their shop for a couple weeks. And all these things that are beyond my control are happening. And I want it to happen like now. Is this lighting okay? I want it to happen like now, but it's not happening now. So I've got the podcast and the Etsy store like that close to releasing. And there's a piece of me that wants to be panicked because I'm like, wow, this is not happening like I wanted to. What does this mean? But that just reminds me of other areas of my life, and maybe your life, where you want things to happen faster. You want it to just get done. You want it to just be over, like 2020 maybe. But I'm gonna urge you to just pause on that rush that you may have for things to get done, and think about timing and what it could bring to you, the opportunity for growth, the opportunity to get to know yourself, or the opportunity to be the person you need to be when that thing happens. I have a lot of experience with waiting, a lot of experience with timing, because there's so many things in my life that haven't happened when I wanted them to. And I am very much into time. I hate being late. I hate wasting time. I hate when people waste my time. And I'm not rude about it, but I have to work on my patience. And I have several examples in life. I'll take family. I think most who've been following me know that I've waited 20 years to be a mom. But if it were on my timetable, I would have had children probably very early in life because I wanted them. That wasn't my plan in life. That wasn't the plan of the divine. I have a person of faith, so I don't believe that was God's plan for me. So as painful as it may seem, as painful as it was waiting, I am a better mom at this age than I would have been in my 20s. The kind of mom that I want to be is the kind of person I am now. But in my 20s, I wouldn't have been very good at it. I wanted to be married. I wanted to have a house and established family. In my 20s, I haven't been married yet. I'm not in my 20s. And I think back, if I had gotten married earlier in life, when I wanted to, I would have several divorces because the people that I was attracted to, because the person that I was and who I believed myself to be, I would have attracted the kind of guys, the kind of men, the kind of relationships that would have resulted in divorce. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I will be a better wife now because I'm a better, not a better person. I'm more in tune with what I like, what is tolerable for me, what's healthy for me. And I don't think that being married will solve something when I used to think that if I could just get married, if I could just have a family. Business, maybe you're waiting for a business and you're like, when am I going to start making 6 figures, 7 figures? Well, I'm going to caution you. Are you the person who can manage 6 figures, 7 figures right now? Because in the interim, while you're waiting, is when you need to step it up to become the kind of person that would manage that blessing well. So you want to have this huge house, this beautiful big home? Start collecting pictures on it, but also start imagining the kind of person you need to be to take care of this home. Do you need to have your finances in order in a way that you know what's going in, what's going out, so that you don't lose this big home? Do you need to just get into the habit of appreciating the heck out of everything in your current smaller home so that when you get this larger home, you already know how to be peaceful inside it? Because it doesn't solve your problems in life. There are more problems to come, so you should most definitely take advantage of the wait time to be who you need to be to have this blessing. Am I making sense? Let me think of another example. Baking. I always like to talk about cooking. If you're hungry and you're cooking something and you want it to be done so fast, if you rush it, it's not going to be done. Like bacon takes so long. For me, I don't like rubbery bacon. I like crispy bacon. It takes more time. I don't like meat that takes a long time to chew. I like ground beef or ground turkey that's tender. I don't like meat that's rubbery. Vegetables. I like to have a little bit of a saute or even a crunch to my vegetable. If you rush it, you're going to get that rubbery or unseasoned or just undone taste to whatever you're eating. Good wine. You know how many years people often let wine sit before they make it available? It's better with time. So whatever you're waiting for, I'm going to urge you to consider that the time that you are waiting in the middle until the day that you actually get that, that's where the growth is. That's where you need to be becoming the person you need to be. I'm a better person to my daughter because I love myself more. I appreciate all my hardship experiences that I've overcome. I am so happy that there's so many people that I wanted to be in relationships with or I tried and it didn't work out because they weren't the right person for me. And I can teach her those lessons too. So many lessons to be learned between when you wait for something in the middle to when you get something. There's no answer at the end that solves your life problems. The best that you can do is to learn to be a person who in the middle of their wait time is growing. Your business is not there's no such thing as an overnight success. If you're an overnight success, then you're gonna probably have some problems the next night. Overnight success people are probably who've been working and believing and not despising their small beginnings. I'm a small business owner, so I'm probably not going to be at the level of someone who's been doing this for 10 years, my first week of selling something. The person who's an athlete, you're not going to be at the elite status of an NBA basketball player. You're not going to be LeBron James. You're not going to be Tom Brady your first year as a rookie. It's not going to happen. If it did, it's not going to last. There's something off there, because with that time of waiting and working on becoming the best at the excellence you're developing, you also develop inside. We become better as we wait, if we allow it. If we allow it. Timing and waiting is not a bad thing. You become the person you need to be while you're waiting. So what are you waiting for? You're waiting for a 6-figure salary. You're waiting for the love of your life. You're waiting for a baby. You're waiting for a bigger house, a bigger car, smaller body. Yep. You want to lose weight? You want to lose 60 pounds or 40 pounds in a month, in 3 months? How often do we try that with those fad diets? The lemonade, the hot sauce, the Tabasco sauce, the taco sauce from Taco Bell, all those things in a drink, and then you stop eating? I tried that. I went on a 40-day fast once. It wasn't just to lose weight. It actually wasn't centered around losing weight. But I do remember I was ordering food for someone else because I didn't want to advertise that I was on this fast. And my eyes were slowly closing because I was literally fainting in the middle of that order, because I was probably on like day 20 of not having anything but liquids for food. In the end of that fast, I probably lost 20 to 30 pounds and gained it all back. I'm not against fasting. I'm not against intermittent fasting. I know how to say it. I'm not against fasting for your faith, but I am against speeding something up just to get a quick result. Learning a lifestyle of growth as opposed to getting things fast and exactly when you want it. There's a difference there. I'm going to encourage you to not be upset with yourself for not getting what you want. Not be upset with yourself for not having the body that you see on Instagram next week. Not be upset when you're planning a wedding and you don't have the body you want. You think you should have. The skinniness, the no back fat, the whatever. I want to ask you to have patience with yourself, patience with your life, and be vigilant about every day waking up and being the kind of person who already has that thing. Imagine yourself as having it. That means you're going to act like you have it. Before I became a mom, I was reading mom books. Before I have a business, I'm reading books, I'm listening to podcasts about people who own businesses. How I started, how I built this. That's one of the podcasts I love to listen to. I want to hear how they started their business, but I haven't started one yet. I want one, but I'm learning. Learn in the middle while you're waiting, y'all. Timing. Stop putting all this pressure on yourself to be everything you think you're supposed to be overnight, or this year, or next year. Grow. That's what I have to say today. Your action is to think about those things that are bringing you pain in your life right now. The thing that's taken a long time, me, the podcast being released, me, the Etsy store being fully opened. What is it about that I can learn and start doing right now? Because as a business owner, there's going to be more delays, Tara. There's going to be more delays. There's going to be more obstacles. If you can't handle something not going exactly as you planned at this stage, how am I going to handle bigger problems? How are you going to handle bigger problems if you can't handle the delay that you're currently dealing with? Especially if you want to grow, you want your life to increase with blessings and businesses and all kinds of things. Learn now. That's your assignment. What's bringing you pain? What delays bringing you pain? Analyze it. We're going to meet again on Wednesday. Thank y'all for joining the team meeting. The podcast is coming. If you haven't subscribed already, the Team Meeting Podcast. Go there. Click subscribe. I'll meet you there. Hope you enjoyed my backyard and the butterflies. Love y'all. You don't say that in meetings, but I do. We'll talk soon. See you on Wednesday.